Have you ever experienced perplexing symptoms like blurry vision, unexplained numbness, or unexpected fatigue, and wondered what might be causing them? It can be a confusing and sometimes frightening journey when your body just does not feel quite right. Making a diagnosis of multiple sclerosis is a careful and often lengthy process. It is not something determined by a single test, but rather a conclusion reached after considering a collection of evidence and ruling out other possible conditions. The complexity comes from the fact that multiple sclerosis symptoms can mimic many other neurological conditions, making it a master of disguise. There is no single blood test or scan that definitively confirms multiple sclerosis. Instead, doctors must gather enough evidence to show that there has been damage to the central nervous system in different areas, at different times, and that there is no better explanation for these findings. The diagnostic process typically begins with a thorough medical history and a detailed neurological examination conducted by an experienced neurologist. This includes assessing your vision, balance, coordination, strength, reflexes, and sensation. If multiple sclerosis is suspected, imaging tests such as magnetic resonance imaging, often called an MRI, of the brain and spinal cord are crucial. These scans look for lesions or areas of damage in the central nervous system. Another important test can be a lumbar puncture, also known as a spinal tap. This procedure involves collecting a small sample of cerebrospinal fluid from your lower back to check for specific markers, like oligoclonal bands, which are proteins often found in the spinal fluid of people with multiple sclerosis. Sometimes, evoked potential tests are also used. These tests measure the electrical activity in your brain in response to specific stimuli, like visual patterns, to see if nerve pathways are slowing down. The diagnosis of multiple sclerosis is guided by a set of criteria called the McDonald criteria. These are updated periodically to incorporate new scientific understanding. They help doctors determine if there is evidence of disease activity disseminated in space, meaning lesions in different parts of the central nervous system, and disseminated in time, meaning new lesions or symptoms over a period of time. This meticulous approach ensures that other conditions are excluded and that the diagnosis, once made, is as accurate as possible, paving the way for appropriate management and support.